So, welcome to another Thursday on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your Thursday host, Yeka. And this week we've been talking about being tired after magic. So, our topic comes from our own Tatiana. And they write, "There are occasions when, after working some magic, I felt a bit tired and wondered if that was normal. So I did some research and realized there is some different opinions on the topic. Some folks say it is only natural that you feel tired because working magic is like working out. It uses energy and you feel tired. If you do not feel tired, you're doing something wrong. Then others say the complete opposite, that if you do feel tired, it means you're not mature enough in the craft or not grounded enough and things the sort. What do you guys think?" So first off, just to say, the attitude of not being that someone else isn't mature enough or is really vibes of elitism to me and rubs me the wrong way. I don't really like that framework, because I think that magic is something for all of us. Doing magic and doing ritual and spell work is a way that we can take responsibility for ourselves and our interactions and our realities that we have. Not that we're the only influencers on our reality, of course, but that we can take responsibility and take some sort of action and control in that. So I don't really think that saying that someone else isn't mature enough is a very productive approach. But to get to the meat of the question, which is it normal, or I suppose is it okay, might be sort of the subtext here. And I think it's hard to say, it really depends, because there are a lot of different traditions that approach magic and ritual and spell work in different ways, and there's also different goals. And so my approach in all of this is to go, okay, well, what's your intention? What are you trying to get out of it? What's your goal? Are you meeting your goals out of it? And does this becoming this fatigue afterwards, this tiredness, is that getting in the way of the spell or the magic doing its job? For instance, if your spell is about getting more energy and feeling more refreshed and less stressed in your life, and you come out feeling tired, you may consider reevaluating what you're doing or what some of your approaches are. So I don't necessarily think it's a good or a bad thing. It's going to be a result of what you're doing in the magic, where you are in your life at that point, where you are in the day, what's going on, how do you feel in general. Sorry, the cat's out here and he's doing mischievous things. You might be able to hear him. Anyways, so, but thinking about it, I was thinking about the different traditions or techniques that I've had formal instruction in. And all of those have a step at the end, which may be useful in this conversation. So those are shamanic journeying, transcendental meditation, and ritual work with the reclaiming tradition, specifically the Bay Area folks. And there's a component at the end that all of them have, and that is a sort of rest period or a return period. In the reclaiming tradition, usually in a group ritual after raising the cone of power, they reach down and will often touch the earth or the ground or lay on it or do some sort of representation of connecting with it, whether they're actually able to touch it or not, to draw back up energy that they might have used or expended in the ritual. In shamanic journeying, in the form that I was taught, whether you go to the underworld or the overworld, there's a period in which you are returning back to this plane, this world, whether you're climbing up through your tunnels or caves or coming down through the clouds in the sky. There's a period of re-entering. And then with the transcendental meditation, I think some other forms of meditation will do this too. When you're done, you take, and I'm not remembering the exact numbers because it's been 16 years since I took the, since I was trained in it, but I think as an adult you do 20 minutes of meditation, and then you take 5 minutes afterwards in what they actually call the rest period, to where you're not meditating, but you're still returning to this world or this mindset, your kind of normal everyday, even though of course it's been influenced and affected, but coming back to a less vulnerable place, because in all of those situations you're very vulnerable, you're very open, and so it can be helpful to take time. And I actually, in any of the guided meditations I do, I also have people do this where they come back and take some time to breathe or pat themselves, say their name, to return. So in the context of this week's topic, if you are experiencing a fatigue after your spell work, and that's something that isn't meeting your needs from the spell, an approach that you could take would be to try incorporating something like these examples that I've talked about into your ritual or after it. You could do it inside. If you practice with a circle, you could do it inside the circle, but you may find it very useful to do it once you've opened the circle and you are transitioning between your two states of consciousness or awareness, or however you are looking at it. So I would invite that, I would invite you to try that if that sounds like it would be something that would help you. So yeah, I think I might be losing the light here. So let us know in the comments below what you think, and if you have anything that you do in particular that you want to share with the other viewers. So see you guys next week, and take care.